Hey guys, Dr. Trent here, and I've gotten a lot of questions over the years in practice, let alone in the last few weeks, about certain things regarding nutrition. And one of them I've been wanting to do for a while is kind of an informational video on how to read a food label. Not necessarily how to read it, but also more so understanding just all that goes into what's in that product. Now, as a Life by Design office and our strategies that we focus on for Eat by Design is to always eat the most nutritionally closest to nature, organic foods possible. And I know in today's world, that's not always possible depending on your given situation or circumstance. So what I wanted to run through is always to kind of go through what a label looks like, how you can be better to understand just what you're reading so that you can decide and make a better quality decision for you and your family whether that product is good for you and if it's for your goals. Ultimately, that's what we focus heavily on is figuring out what are your goals for your health and your family, and then how do you meet those goals, and giving you strategies like Eat by Design, Think by Design, Move by Design. All those are encompassing to give you the best incredible health possible. So let me kind of go through a list on the back of a label, okay? So I've got a few things here. What I want to grab, well, before I even grab one of those, what I want to go over is first you need to look at the label itself and go straight to the ingredient list. And the ingredient list is where it's going to tell you everything you need to know about this product and if it's most nutritionally sound. Now, for me, I don't like to categorize good and bad foods. A lot of people do. I'm more so on the spectrum of how nutritionally sound are they. Nutrient dense is another great word. The more that we move away from nutritionally dense or sound foods, we're moving further away from Eat by Design concept of the strategies that we teach. So when you get a label, let's see what's one here. So I'll use this. You want to go straight to the ingredient list. So you can kind of see here's the ingredient list, okay? Now what you want to study that is the first three elements or ingredients on that list are the majority of what's in that product. Everything else after that is just going to be a smaller percentage. So make sure that when you read those first 30 ingredients, that should give you a telltale sign is this, again, sound nutritionally or not. So if it's the first ingredients like sugar, obviously that's moving you away from more nutritionally sound for the goal that you want, right? Also, you have to watch out for serving size, okay? So let me kind of give you an example of, like, here's an example of the skinny popcorn, right? And if you kind of look at the label here, the first thing you're going to see here is you want to look at the very top. It says how many servings there are. For this bag, it says one bag. That means one serving, and that's 100 calories, okay? The main things you want to kind of look at is, and I'll do another video on like looking at the macros, what those mean. But basically, this is 100 calories for this whole bag, right? And then if you look at the ingredient list, it says popcorn. See if you can see that or not. It says popcorn, sunflower oil, and salt. So the shorter the list, usually it's going to be closer to being more nutritionally sound. The more of a longer list that you have, like you've probably seen them before, like this big, or the longer they are, they're going to be less nutritionally sound. So first three ingredients always are going to be the most of that ingredient in that product, and then look how big that list is, and then also look at the serving size, because the serving size can be typically unrealistic and misleading. So some people may think, like for a product, like let's say for this product that I have here, you have 24 servings, and each serving is 1/4 cup. Okay, so, and this is a snack that you can find with nuts. Now, nuts are very high in fat, and usually pretty good fats. But also you have to want to be careful with them. We also teach in the Eat by Design why we use nuts more as a condiment or just a small snack and not a main meal, because they have more pro-inflammatory omegas in them, and that necessarily is not good for the body. So with that being said, you can get 24 servings for 24 people out of this bag at a fourth cup. A fourth cup doesn't seem like a lot, so it's usually kind of be the palm of your hand. Most people are going to eat at least double that in a sitting, in a snack, or if they don't even track, they could eat a whole bunch. So you can kind of see how this can get unrealistic very quickly. In some products, you may think this may be a bag this size, but it might have 2 servings in it, and you didn't know that, and you eat the whole thing, and now you've had 400 calories or more. So kind of look for that. Also look out for misleading claims, such as the word light, or multigrain, natural, organic, no sugar added, low calorie, low fat, low carb, fortified, gluten-free, 0 trans fats, because those are misleading typically to say, oh, here's the one thing that it's really good, and they're buzzwords today, even though it's gluten-free, and you go back and you look at that label, it's loaded with lots of preservatives or just multiple ingredients that you don't want to ingest or you might have sensitivities to. So again, what you want to do is always find the ingredient label. The smaller the ingredient list, usually it's going to be a little bit more nutritionally sound, not always. Also, you have to look at your nutrition facts, so the serving size, make sure that they're realistic. For this can of soup, this is literally 2 servings, and most people would probably eat this by themselves, so that's 260 calories in this whole can, and you have also has 15 grams of sugar per serving. That's 30 grams of sugar just in this can alone. So you can see how this can add up and be really unrealistic and take you off of your goals, or even make things unhealthy. So again, I'm not saying you can't have these things, because this could be part of your off-track meal, or just depending on your situation. But you gotta get an idea that the more you can eat real foods, that typically what we teach in Eat by Design and our Life by Design concepts or workshops is, if it has a barcode or if it comes in a package, it's usually going to move you further and further away from Eat by Design concepts, which means moves you further and further away from your health goals. And that's something you have to consider for yourself and your family. Now, I'm not saying that you eat a bag of something that's processed every once in a while and your health is going to be jeopardized. But I'm saying, if it's a chronic thing, you might reevaluate what your values are, and if health is an optimal goal for you and your family, you might want to reconsider, because otherwise you're going to lead down the path of the standard American diet or statistics on chronic illness and disease rates that are plaguing at least one of those for every 50 to 60% of Americans today. So hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, if you like this, go ahead and let us know by hitting the like button or share button. If you have any comments, go ahead and let me know, and make it a great day.